This girl made a video about guys not liking her, and all the guys in her comment section told her it's her septum ring. That septum ring is holding you back. She decided to take out the septum ring to give it a try, and then she got mad that she liked the way she looked without the septum ring. She's mad that guys are right that she's actually pretty without it. As soon as I see a girl with a septum ring, I'm automatically thinking she's angry. She's mad at the world. I'll still smash, but I'm not gonna be around her for a long time. If I ended up getting a Hitler mustache and a bunch of girls started telling me, you know what, you'd look a lot more attractive without that mustache, I would genuinely take that criticism and use it. I wouldn't try so hard to fight it. And guys don't fight that. That septum ring is the equivalent of a Hitler mustache. And I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be a few guys saying, I like the septum ring, but no girls really want those guys. That septum ring to guys represents anger. It's like that angry bull from Bugs Bunny. If you're a girl and you have a septum ring and you're questioning why you're always mad, take that ring out and you'll be surprised at how much your life changes.
Septum ring theory does in fact rage bait me every time, because I'll be talking about fucking pit bulls and someone will say septum ring theory. I'll be saying, here's what I'm doing to train my dog, and someone will say septum ring theory. Isn't the idea that people with septum rings are supposed to be traumatized? What does that have to do with pit bulls? I know they're just rage baiting me and it works, and then I block them so I can feel like I got them back. They don't care. They rage baited me. It was successful. Now they win.
Stay away from women with septum piercings. They are horrible people. They are the most evil beings that you will ever encounter on this game that we call life. All right? You know about the devil, but what if I told you there is a reincarnated form walking and roaming this earth and all they got is a septum piercing? And I get what you're saying. Why would you just typecast one group of people, right? It's because it's always been true.
This is when a girl gets a piercing right here, you know, kind of like that bullshit, as a way of self-expression, you know what I'm saying? But they have this theory saying that women that get septum piercings are severely, like, mentally ill. Now, do I see the coincidence? Yes, I do.
Septum ring slander will be tolerated on this page. I'm trying to figure out where this septum ring theory came from. It's like an internet opinion about people that have a septum ring are basically weird or really spiritual or gay. We make our trauma our personality. I don't know who y'all have met. I am nothing of the sort. We all got some form of trauma, but I'm not a traumatized person. 1, I'm not gay. 2, and 3, I don't make my problems my personality, and I'm not overly spiritual. I've seen comments talking about, yeah, I stay away from women with septum piercings. Babe, I take my ashwagandha every day. I'm cool. I take my supplements, I drink my water, I'm on my business, I go to work. I don't know who y'all met with a septum ring, and I don't know which one of my fellow septum ring wearers are giving us a bad name, but y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta chill.
One thing about me is I'm very direct and to the point. I am not going to coddle you. I am not going to baby you. I am not going to, validate your delusion. Okay. For the septum ring girlies that are in my comment section talking about, what about me? I'm not like that. I'm different. Sweetheart, I don't care. I do not care. The name of the video, and I put it right there, is content I refuse to watch. I'm not watching it. Okay. Does that mean that there's something wrong with you? No. Am I attacking your personhood, your character? I don't know you. I do not know you because I don't see your content. I don't see your content because the moment I see that ring on your face, I scroll. As soon as I see that bull piercing on your face, I just keep scrolling. I don't even hear what you're saying. Okay. Does that mean that there's something wrong with you for the umpteenth million time? No, your content is just not my preference. But one thing that I've noticed about women on the internet is the moment someone makes it known that they are not a preference, they start crashing out. You're not 5 years old. You're not.
Yes, they are.
Woman in the comments said, I've seen maybe 3 examples where the theory didn't hold up.
And I thank God that I am mentally, emotionally, spiritually strong enough to not be influenced to do something like that by someone like you. But if I was, I'd put your name in the letter so that you would get a visit from the police after I was gone.
Don't start what you can't finish. What we're not going to do is allow you to get on this app and talk about men being ugly, unprovoked. And then when a video get made about you and your looks, now all of a sudden you want to play victim. Now all of a sudden you want to use somebody who unfortunately took their life on this app and use them to dog whistle to another creator because you didn't have no good comebacks. That's low down. That's some low down dirty stuff. You was low down for even bringing up Rizzy's name. And then you was low down because you used it to dog whistle to have people go and harass that creator, even though you started all of this. Nobody would be discussing your looks. Nobody would be coming at you crazy if you had to make a whole video calling men ugly. And you had some audacity to even make that video. Like, what about the men who could have seen your video, felt some kind of way, and then unalive themselves because of what you said? Like, if we're going to play that game, play that game. Because anybody could be put at the hands of saying something to somebody and not knowing where that person's mental health lies, and that person end up taking their life. That's a dangerous game that you play, getting on this app, speaking on people, because you don't know. But for you to use somebody who lost their life to dog whistle, that's some low down dirty stuff. And all because you set your camera up and made a video calling men ugly unprovoked, and then couldn't stand 10 toes down in it because you yourself don't have the looks to back up the statement that came out your mouth.
There's a woman in the comments. Now, this is a woman. This is a woman who said this. The septum ring theory. The septum ring theory never fails. A woman said that. A guy commented, it's not a theory anymore. It's septum ring identity. These women are getting ferocious.
Women with septum piercings are the most evil women known to man. I was today years old when I found out about the septum piercing theory. Now, I don't know everything about this said theory, but I did hear about a little bit. Apparently, any woman that has a septum piercing is susceptible to mind control like crazy, which results her into doing very, very, very evil things. Now, do I believe this? Hell yeah, I believe this. Every woman that I've messed with that had a septum piercings were low-key spawns of the devil, but we're not going to get into that. The thing about women with septum piercings, they're either always 100% chopped or they're the most beautiful creatures on earth.
It is super hilarious how predictable people are. And men are so intimidated by a septum ring, by just face jewelry in general. Like, they've been told their whole life that that is bad. Women aren't supposed to be unique. God. I just don't understand. I could be talking about literally anything and I will have some insecure bro in my fucking thing going, septum theory for the fucking win. Septum ring theory, septum ring theory, septum ring theory. Fucking, are you slow, bro? Like, what is wrong with you? You know I'm more educated than you, right? You know that I can call you out on your bullshit 10 out of 10, but you're a waste of my time. A waste of my time, but I appreciate your engagement, cuties. So keep it up. Show me how pathetic you are.
Guy in the comments said, once I see this, I already know. Another guy says, thank you for validating the septum ring theory.
Every single time I post a video where I'm going on like one of my political rants, and I'm saying things that are true, and also just like not socially bigoted, I'll get comments that are like, septum ring theory. And every single time, without fail, this is the type of person that's commenting it. You'll go out of your way to like hate on young, hot women when you look like that. Where is your girlfriend? Where is your wife? Where is your degree? Where is your high-paying job? Because I'm not seeing any of those things anywhere. I could literally post a video that says, hey, being racist is bad. Hey, being is bad. And I will have these fat-ass, middle-aged, dirty-looking white men commenting septum ring theory. Now what? Bangs theory? Eyeliner theory? Get a job, go to school, I don't know.
Do you think that maybe when you go on these political rants, maybe you think that they're true, but they're actually not? They're true because you want them to be?
This video is the definition of the septum ring theory. Now I know why I get so much hate for mine.
Just walking down the street to go get my medication because I'm out and I need it for today. And I saw a woman walking her 2 kids and she had this look on her face. And I looked at her, we made eye contact, we both kind of nodded. Like we were both just devastated. And you could just tell in her. I can't believe this country did this again. Why did I let myself have hope?
Yeah, that was recorded on November 6th, 2024, when Trump won.
One of the fellas earlier on in the video said, the thing about septum rings is you're either chopped or really pretty. And maybe we have an example of both right here in this video.
Septum ring theory this, septum ring theory that. Liberal tears, you're so triggered, what are you gonna do? Bro, you're so triggered by the thought of a small group of women in the population not liking you that you developed a whole theory around it that you now have to call out anytime you see someone with a septum ring that doesn't think like you. You're right, we're triggered.
Here's all I have to say about the septum ring theory. I find it about as insulting as if somebody told me that I look like I own a cat. Like, yeah, I do. My cat's name is Theodore, because of course it is. But I was thinking about the septum ring theory and how everybody who sees someone with a septum ring has the same assumptions. And for some reason, the assumptions are always something like, she's gonna be super liberal or super leftist or like bi. Because it's like, well, yeah. And you say that like it's supposed to insult me? You say that like it's supposed to hurt my feelers? It doesn't. You know why? Because I don't think those are bad things. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that I think that immigrants should get due process and that we should all have equal rights when it comes to healthcare and reproductive health, and everybody should get a choice when it comes to their own body, and that we should have free education and medical care. Like, sue me. I know you said it in a negative tone, but I don't think those are bad things. Just like I don't think it's bad that I have a septum ring and you think I look like a bull. Because I literally don't give a shit. I think it makes me look cool. And it lets me know that whoever doesn't like the septum ring is someone I don't want to be friends with anyway. If you have an opinion about septum rings, I want to hear more of your opinions so I know which opinion to form about you. Because, girl, the things that you will let just fall out of your mouth is insane. I wonder if ChatGPT knows I have a septum ring in one of my old threads, so it kind of knew my personality and knew my thoughts and opinions on things. And I said, I want you to describe what you think I look like. And it said I had a septum ring.
Men in the comments are saying theory proven. Another guy says theory stays undefeated. I mean, and somebody says, but to be fair, the theory is 100% confirmed. Man, you know, some of these men are just trolling. But then for some of these women, you know, maybe it's not septum ring, the septum ring that's causing you to be silly, but maybe it's your ideals that people are like. People are like, yeah, anybody with that dumb ideology would go get a dumb piercing.
I saw this thing about like how women with septum rings, it's like a septum ring theory, women with septum rings are mentally ill. You're right. We're fucking crazy.
The guy here made a really good point. He said, it's funny because y'all will show a bunch of men with certain glasses, facial hair, and hats to demonstrate that by those features and fashion choices, you can tell everything about them politically and socially, but get literally triggered when they do it to you.
Hey, I really hate to be one of these dudes. I really do. But that septum ring piercing shit, that shit kind of true. The women with them how the fuck do you say that shit? Them septum ring piercings. The women with that shit, y'all be on some wild shit mentally. Now, I'm not saying y'all not supposed to have your own mind, you know, but some of it, boy, half the time y'all be some over the board ass feminists. And y'all usually women with the septum piercing, y'all be on some sisterhood shit. Like, for example, if it's a black woman talking about the black community, if she got a septum ring, she usually talking about black women only. She don't be giving a fuck about what the man talking about. It's like sometimes them women only want what's best for black women. You know what I'm saying? Not the black community. They want it for just black women. And I see a lot of that going on. And they usually have the septum ring, man. I'm just calling a spade a motherfucking spade. I didn't create this theory. I seen this shit going viral in many places. Motherfuckers, every time a woman say some crazy shit and she got that septum ring, she make the septum ring women look bad. So if you got a septum ring and you not on no feminist shit or no man hating shit, or you singling out just one gender because you're that gender, so you only represent that gender type of shit, take the ring out your nose, because you gonna fall right into the motherfucking plot. It's like if a black man walked into a building and he's sagging. Do you not know every race expects us to sag?
If you use shame as a tactic to get your way, you may be low value. If you're often insulting to get your way, or to shut people up or shut people down, you may be low value. You notice the next one? The incessant need to be right. I have video after video of me having conversations with women here who will argue you into the ground. If you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right. See, shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right, they attach to the basic human emotion of anger. So often you'll have women call in here who they become so angry, they don't even know why they're angry anymore. And all these are signs that the world sees and says, like it or not, ladies, the world looks at that and says that woman is of lower value. What use is an angry woman to the world? Look in the Bible. Better to live on the corner of a roof than deal with a scornful woman. No matter any culture, any place in the world, they will tell you that dealing with angry women is a no-go.
Men will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it, and so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do, so we don't appreciate them.
Wow. We stop saying thank you.
We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. And this is where we take so many things personally that aren't personal. Like single focus, we take personally, he's ignoring me. No, he's ignoring everything but what he's doing, and he didn't have to do that. His brain did it for him. But so there's all these things we take personally, and then there's the things we don't take personally. That what they do for us, they do for us.
Baby, let me tell you something. If you are giving that man some, he is giving you some ding-a-ling, all right? That means it is an even exchange. You see what I'm saying? You're not giving him any more or any less. He's not giving you any more or any less. If you are demanding or requesting money because you are giving him some, though he is giving you ding-a-ling, you are considered a, okay? You're considered a, I don't know why y'all don't think that y'all, when y'all feel like a man need to be giving you money because you are giving him something, he is giving you ding-a-ling. It don't make sense. The only difference between you and is you like outside of these streets waving men down. You see what I'm saying? That's the only difference. And if you think you're not, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're delusional. You're delusional. You're definitely, because giving up ding-a-ling and giving up as an exchange, that's some even ass shit. You see what I'm saying? You heard it here first. Yeah.
Wonder why women are able to get over relationships so quickly? How they're able to just monkey branch the next guy, not even give it a thought? Meanwhile, the guy's heart is broken and they just are cold-blooded? You guys ever wonder why? I'll tell you why. It's a biological imperative, my friends. Okay, it's called Briffel's Law. Basically, once the man stops providing value to her, she's going to end the relationship. Okay? The formation of the relationship and the existence of the relationship is basically based on the female's needs and if they're still being met. If they're not, the relationship more than likely will end. Because like I've told you guys before, women are professional and biological resource extractors. If they're no longer able to extract from you, the time is ticking and they will leave. And this is a very uncomfortable reality that we don't teach young men. Briffel's law, also known as Briffel's law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. Burn this into your brain, guys. Briffel's law, also known as Briffel's law of the animal family, states that in animal societies, the female, not the male, determines the conditions of family life. This means that if the female doesn't see a benefit in associating with the male, no such association will occur. In essence, the female's needs and preferences dictate the social structure and relationships within a species. Okay? You guys got to burn this shit into your brain. Okay? This law right here is going to keep you from simping. This law right here is going to aware you on how women really move. So when they break up with you and you're sitting there crying, wondering why are they so cold-blooded?
I don't think she did because she said she resigned
All that you ever wanted. Industry disruptors and soul deconstructors and smooth talking hucksters outriding each other, and the voices that implore you should be doing more. So you I can admit that I'm just too soft.
And I would like to say all that she just did, she fed the kids, she fed that dog. Don't think she touched the dishes, because really there ain't no dishes to touch. She filled up some water bottles. All that she did probably took about, in total, maybe an hour. Maybe. And that's with getting the kids up, breakfast and all that stuff. If it were back to back, like you would just go ahead and get up, all of that would have probably been done. All of that would probably been done in 20 minutes. But it's just like, okay, everybody's got to get on the same page, right? And this is the stuff, you see, we never see it, but this is the type of stuff they be talking about with mental load, right? And there don't really be anything going on. Like, you don't really be doing anything that's that strenuous and difficult. You pulled out a prepackaged set of muffins that you could have got at the store, and then you added some bananas to it. You literally you peeled the banana. You gave it to a whole. You didn't even break it apart. You just gave it to them all. There ain't nothing there that needs to be analyzed or scrutinized. It was just that easy. And the next time you're tempted to pass that gas station, knowing that your car has been dinging from the time that you left the house all the way to work and all the way back, and you didn't get no gas, stop your silly behind right there at that gas station and get the gas. So at 10, 11 o'clock at night, after your husband has taken his shower and he's ready to go to bed, he doesn't have to hear, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I wanted to see if you might be able to go fill up the car with gas. I have a long commute tomorrow and I just plumb forgot to get it. I picked up the kids," and you picked up the kids and drove right by the gas station. I went to Target and you drove to Target, stopped by Starbucks, but not the gas station. Huh. Interesting.
Said I'm the one who's wanted for all the false.
Okay, according to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics American Time Use Survey, or ATS, when paid and unpaid work are combined, men work more total hours per day than women. This holds true for married couples, couples with children, dual income households. Average daily total workload, 8.9 hours for men, 8.6 hours for women. Number 2, men are significantly more likely to work overtime, work weekends, commute longer distances, take higher stress or physically demanding jobs. According to Pew Research and Census Bureau findings, men still provide about 70% of household income in married families, 85% to 90% of alimony payments, 95% of child support payments. Even in dual income households, men usually earn more due to longer hours, riskier occupations, fewer career interruptions. Now, the career interruptions could mean taking care of a parent, pregnancy, which I get it, right? Those things they're in your control, but it's usually somebody else that's involved. So I'll give you a pass for that. Now, when it comes to childcare, fathers spend more time in physical play, skills-based interactions, and then discipline and boundary setting. They're more likely to handle logistics, transport the children, and take over when children are older. Men's childcare time has tripled since the 1960s. Women's has decreased slightly. When we talk about housework, they don't mention repairs, yard work, vehicle maintenance, heavy labor, infrastructure tasks. These tasks are episodic, right? So they don't happen every day, but episodic, not daily, are excluded from housework metrics, but they do save thousands per year on household expenses. So is essentially what the men are saying. I'm going to build a structure and I'm going to maintain the structure, and everything within that structure you maintain. If you want to switch the roles, let's switch the roles. But let's go ahead and switch the roles in if that's what you want to do. Stop messing around. If you want to get out there and fix that roof, mow that lawn, and maintain everything else, or make the connections to maintain all that, then go out there and do it and stop talking. Stop all that nonsense and go ahead and do it. The married women versus unmarried women doing more housework, right? Why do they do more housework? Because you have a larger home, you have children, and you have higher living standards. Where do those higher living standards come from? Those higher living standards are enabled by men's labor and income. Stop talking. When it comes to divorce, women initiate 70% of divorces, yet men work more total hours. Men provide more financially. Men sacrifice more post-divorce. Men lose access to children, assets, housing, net worth. Period. Y'all talk about you doing too much labor, but what the fact of the matter is, when we look at it, you're benefiting from a system that undervalues men's labors and credit over time. Right? He ain't doing that much, but I'm doing so much. So you're undervaluing what he's doing and overcrediting what you're doing. I just want y'all to start including these statistics in whatever y'all got going on and cut that out.
I gotta tell you, the septum nose ring piercing theory never fucking fails. Check this out. Sheesh.
Just to put my 2 cents into the mix, fuck your purple revolution. I'm never gonna forgive those people that voted for him. Ever. And we're done. As a society, we are done not holding shitty people accountable when they do something shitty. Like, I'm sorry, I'm supposed to forgive a racist that voted for Trump, who now lost their health care? No, I don't think so. I think you're getting exactly what you voted for, and that just makes me so happy. And just like to add on another thing to, we should just, we need to move on. We need to unite. No. You know who had a really good idea? Brad Pitt's character in Inglourious Bastards. I would like to be able to identify you for the rest of your life. Because it is that serious. It is that bad. Purple Revolution. You guys are fucking nuts.
A woman in the comments said 1 out of 3 liberals are just as stupid as the other 2. Dang.
One of the worst things we can do as men is to be with women who don't want us. I've been in that position too. I have simped. I've been in the friend zone. I've done all that kind of stuff. And I will tell you, gentlemen, don't do it. It's never a good idea. Stop trying to win women over. You don't have to win women over. You deal with the women who show interest in you and want to get on your program and are proving their worth to you. See, you had to work to become a high value man. You don't have to work for a woman. A woman has to work for your last name. She has to work for your ring. She has to work for your commitment. Because we grew up in Disney, and when we were told that it was us that needed to do the other, that's why they hate these channels. They hate the channels where we start telling men, no. Most women do not want you moving this way because it puts them squarely in a position where they got to compete. It puts them squarely in a position where you have options, you have leverage. Well, guess what? Why? Because it's your turn now, gentlemen. Winter is coming. And when winter is here and you are high value, you are in that top 20%, top 10%. You have options. You have leverage. Use them for your benefit.
Have you ever noticed how the same woman who called you amazing when things were good, all of a sudden when things are bad, she's calling you toxic or narcissistic? That's the thing that most men miss. After my 10 years of marriage, fellas, and attending marriage counseling out of those, 8 out of the 10, I learned that when someone paints you as horrible in their mind, it's rarely ever about who you actually are. I want you to sit on that. It's about what they need to believe in their mind so they can live with their decision. And here's the psychology behind all of it. The first thing is cognitive dissonance. Right now, she knows deep down you had value, presence, and authority. But leaving someone like that creates that internal conflict, right? If he was such a solid man, why did I walk away? That's what's going through her mind. So to quit that conflict, she has to exaggerate your flaws and minimize your strengths, guys. That's how she rewrites the story in her mind to make herself the hero, not the one who fumbled. Number 2, ego protection. Accepting that she might have self-sabotaged something good would crush her pride. So instead of taking accountability, she creates a narrative where she's escaping toxicity. That lets her feel strong instead of ashamed, right? Number 3, control of the story. By labeling you the abusive one or psycho or narcissistic, she flips the dynamics. She becomes the victim and you become the villain. And I know this is played out very well when divorce happens. You'll have friends that you shared mutually, and then all of a sudden when the divorce is over or occurs, all of those friends that you created now side with the female. See, that framing helps her to feel justified, even if she knows deep down that, those narratives are not accurate. Number 4, emotional avoidance. See, convincing herself you were the problem saves her from facing her own instability and manipulation or immaturity. It's easier to demonize you than to heal herself. So she's not trying to convince you that you're horrible. She's trying to convince herself. Think about it. Because if she admits the truth that she broke something real, she would have to face the guilt and loss and regret. And right now, she doesn't have the maturity or the stability to handle that. See, the best move that you can make, fellas, is to continue to get into the gym, continue to strive and focus on your purpose, and just leave that person alone to heal. Nothing exposes a false narrative faster than watching the villain, the quote-unquote villain, thrive in peace and purpose.
Okay, PSA to all men. Just because a girl is wearing a low-cut shirt or a tight top or a fitted outfit doesn't give you permission to just stare at their chest. It makes us so uncomfortable, and if you guys could please stop doing it, it would be amazing. Men will always be like, oh, we don't like being called creeps, or we're so scared to be called creeps, but then you guys make it so difficult for the female species to exist or even wear anything.
Okay, in case you guys didn't hear a word that lady just said, she said, don't be creeps, don't stare at her. No matter what she's wearing, no matter what any other woman is wearing, don't stare. I mean, even if she has like a flamingo on her head, you better not stare. Even though it's like totally human, when somebody is just being totally obvious and flaunting, maybe they're even like dancing with that flamingo. Yeah, you better not look.
It's like modern women are gaslighting men or trying to gaslight men into, you didn't see anything here. you know, like the MIB Men in Black movie, to where they have that little flash stick and you look at it and you forget whatever it is that you saw. It seems like a lot of women today are trying to do that.
If you confront the Jezebel spirit, they will fight back. If they feel like they're losing, they will change the conversation to where they are a victim and you have abused them. And they're very hurt and very emotional. And what the Jezebel spirit knows is if it's a woman who then is declaring war on a man, it puts the man in a lose-lose position. Because if she attacks him and he fights back, see, he's mean, he's domineering, he's overbearing, he's a bully. And if he just takes it and tolerates it, she'll control and dominate. It's spiritual warfare. And in our culture, the Jezebel spirit knows a man versus a woman. The man is guilty until proven innocent, and the woman is innocent until proven guilty. She'll use that to her advantage. And if she doesn't get the outcome she wants, she'll go on the internet, because all the Jezebels are on the internet, and then create some sort of coalition, and together, now you have the equivalent of a demonic legion.
You want to lose your man? Simple. Disrespect him, talk down to him, make him feel small, make him feel insignificant. See, ladies, your job, I would say, for your man, one of the biggest responsibilities that you have is to make him feel like he's a winner. Make him feel like he's larger than life. Make him feel like even if he's doing something that seems small, he's working maybe what you call a small job right now, make him feel like he is the champion of the home. And what will happen is he'll follow your words. If your words are down and talk down to him, he'll follow those down. But if they're lifting him up, and you're proud of him and you're excited about where you're going, and yeah, I get it, this job is not your favorite job, but I know this, that you have inside of you everything that it takes to go to the next level. And when he can leave his home in the morning and go off to his job, knowing that you have encouraged him and built him up, there isn't anything that can stop him. But if you beat him down and make him feel small, then even the smallest, tiniest problems in this life will overcome him. Here's the thing, that he'll follow whatever you say. And I encourage you ladies out there, make him feel like a winner. Make him feel like a champion. Make him feel like a warrior. Make him feel unstoppable. And what will happen is there won't be anything in this life that can stop him. Change what you say, and you'll change what your man is able to do for the family and for the home.
Specifically for the men, I just have a little question for you guys. It's a simple question, really. Are any of you ready for a relationship?
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid and it's fine. And then after I was honest and I just said it, like, I don't know. Cause I said like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And like, to me, that means pay. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of... I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a fucking gentleman.
I got rejected from a guy yesterday because, I'll read the text real quick. I feel like you really have your stuff together and I'm not really there yet. My focus is just kinda elsewhere.
I'm not ready for a relationship.
What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app!
Hey, if you aren't busy for the next like 70 years-ish, I'd love to spend them with you.
And you see these stories, man. You see these stories where women are talking about men are lonely and they're going to be even lonelier, and men are not lonely enough, and men are trying to tell you, hey, you know, I'd be willing to come to the table and work with you if, you know, you just not be rude, listen to what I'm saying, right? Try to work with me, be cooperative. But modern women don't want to do that, right? Instead, they want to holler at you about how you're manipulative and you need to get all the misogyny out of your body and all that other nonsense, the patriarchy, and just foolishness and stupidity. They talk about all your problems and the things that you have wrong with you while trying to proclaim that they're perfect and innocent and loving and I would never hurt a fly. But as soon as you get around a man, then you hurt him.
And what I'm discovering, man, and this is not to take the conversation left, but take it left, brother. We're dealing with a generation of women who are not ready for the men who they told to go heal. Right? You told me to go heal. You told me to go get therapy. And now I'm back and you're not ready to be accountable. That's a problem. You told me to heal. You said, Negro, you need therapy. You need to go get a mentor. You need to be around some brothers. I did all of that. And now you're not able to hold yourself accountable. Now we have a problem because now I've got to drag you when you once dragged me.
Where do we go from here, Dave?
Really, that's the key right there. That's what a lot of men do. They go off and they get all of the things that you told them to get, that you asked them to get. But when they get back, I'm going to need payment. I'm going to need payment. A lot of these modern women think that they can stay the way they were and continue on life and business as usual. I went off and did the things that you told me to do. Now I'm going to need payment.
Men melt when a woman speaks softly. But a lot of women don't want to hear that because they think being sweet makes them look weak. But that's a huge mistake because a woman's greatest power is her softness. Think about it. If he wanted another alpha energy in his house, he would have married another man. So if you ever have caught yourself thinking, he never does anything that I ask him to, it's probably because you talk to him like you're another guy challenging him. Try using your feminine, soft, lighter tone of voice more often and just watch how differently he treats you. I've never heard a no from my husband when I speak to him gently. He's even told me that he can't resist when I ask that way. If it feels hard to switch into that sweet version of you, it's because you've permanently turned on that masculine energy without even noticing. And that puts your relationship at risk.
Sometimes men disappear because they feel like their effort is not being reciprocated. A lot of women feel like their approach to dating is, you as a man have to prove to me you are worthy of my time, my energy, and me being more vulnerable to you. And because of what you've been through, you think that's the right way to do it. But unfortunately, when you're dealing with a man who's actually serious and he's seeing you're holding back, you got walls up, he has concerns that you're wasting his time. So now he falls off because he's like, all right, she's tripping, she's not really making any effort. But because there's still a desire there, because he still likes her, I think the comment, the like is a temperature check. Let me see how she'll respond. Let me see if I can still reignite something here. But it all stemmed from, are we actually making a mutual effort to get to know each other? Okay. So just make sure, before you start throwing all kinds of accusations at the man, ask yourself, was I coming correct in this process or not?